Now, some of the controversial stuff is here. If you want the easiest takedown of your long-term protective style, don't add water to your hair. Yep. Hey guys, it's Curly Diaries, back with another video. In this video, I am just talking lessons that I have learned from my braiding protective style challenge. If you're not aware, I did a protective style challenge for 2 months. So I had my hair in braids for 2 months, took it down, and yeah, go check out the installation, the maintenance video, and also the takedown video, the wash day video, to bring yourself up to date to this video. However, I just wanted to share with you guys lessons that I've learned, so that you guys, I guess, get some ideas, learn from me, don't make the same mistakes, and we can share ideas pretty much. So definitely comment in the comment section below if any of these resonate with you. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Ladies, let's just take time to appreciate the look. I am not going to be having my hair like this for long. I'm actually getting ready to put it in the weave for the protective style challenge that I'm doing, but I just put my hair in 2 braids overnight and got these very loose, very soft curls. Okay, this I think is the most feminine I've ever felt. The longest my hair has been, seeing my real length like this is just incredible to me. I never thought this could happen. It was a dream for a long time, and when you're protective styling and just having your hair in braids and twists and, you know, twist and natural and what have you, don't really realize the effort of your hand and the evidence of your work. So just having my hair like this is just incredible. I do have gray hairs coming up here. I don't know if you guys can see, but it is what it is. I like them. I'm not running away from them. Let's get into the video. The first lesson here is that my patience can be tested, particularly when it comes to takedown. I struggled with the takedown of my hair, maybe because I didn't install it very well, like it wasn't very well detangled before installation. So yeah, the takedown was a bit tedious. It was so time consuming. I was so frustrated. Many times, you know, my mind went to the fact, should you just big chop your hair? You could actually solve this in a second. You could actually just cut your hair out. Then I remembered how much work I've put into my hair, how long it takes to grow my hair this long, and how much I actually love long hair. So I got stopped, but my patience was put to the test. So yeah, if you're gonna install braids for that long and you wanna take down your hair for maximum length retention, garner all the energy that you can, because it takes some energy, it takes some effort. I am going to be coming out with more content about how I'll be looking after my hair very differently in the weave. And I think you guys are gonna be, you know, surprised, I guess, to see or hear that, but I feel like the shrinkage that came with the care of the hair while in the protective style contributed to a complicated takedown. We'll talk about that later, but yeah, my patience was tested. This is a known fact, but it proved, the protective style challenge proved that braids are better than braids are better than twists for longevity. Okay, if you're gonna do long-term protective styling, please, if you can, do braids, do cornrows, some kind of 3-corded braid, because your shed hair stays in place, tangles are lessened, particularly if you do smaller braids. Okay, twists, not for long term. Okay, not for long term. Twists, a month tops. I would not be going above that, and I know some people just can only last a week or 2 weeks with twists. I don't blame you. So twists are not really good at keeping the hair in place and keeping the shed hairs in place. So definitely opt for braids if you're going long term. The lifestyle was easy. I pretty much did not care much or was thinking much about my hair. Pretty much headscarves, turbans, headbands, wigs, hats. So very easy. However, I was not looking my best. I was not looking like this. was looking, yeah, not good in my opinion. The styling was good in that it helped me retain length, but I did not enjoy the way I looked. Okay, I don't know, but I think I'm at a place where I'm trying to find a balance between those two. I want to look good and I still want to grow my hair and keep healthy hair. But yeah, it's a little bit tricky. It's a little bit tricky to find that balance. However, I know within that style, yeah, I was not looking great. I'll put some photos for you guys to see. Braids kept my hair moisturized for longer. This is something that's known as well, but once I moisturized my hair, in fact, once I installed my hair, it was moisturized for a month, believe it or not. Believe it or not. I actually think maybe I had a little bit of moisture overload when I installed the braids because they were just moisturized. Okay, go and look at the installation video if you want to see how I did that. But yeah, the braids just held that moisture in. I think the products I used, the techniques I used, the amount of product that I used also contributed, but also braids really hold moisture in very well. So my hair was so moisturized the whole time. Thickness and length, I didn't really see much with regards to thickness and length. I mean, it was only 2 months and I didn't really measure with tape or anything like that, but I could see some length. But again, I had a setback before the installation, so my hair was already shorter anyway. However, if you want length, protective styling is the way to go. Thickness, it is the way to go as well if you know what you're doing with the takedown. Sorry. So yeah, if you know what you're doing with takedown, you can really preserve and retain a lot of your length and your thickness. Next was my edges. Let me tell you, the gels, the rubbing on the edges, it is true. You want to stay away from those things, because when I put my hair in that protective, those braids for 2 months, my edges came back with a vengeance. They were thinning out a little bit because I was brushing them and putting gel on them. After 2 months, bam, back to life. It just goes to show, if you rest your edges, if you leave them alone, yeah, they'll come back. Right now, you know, my hair is straight, so I don't really use this to assess my edges per se, but you can see I don't really have any thinning or anything like that. The hair is stretched, so I'm not really getting like the textured, the most textured look around here. However, yeah, I don't know if you guys can tell, like my edges are never the same thickness as the rest of the hair. In fact, my hair goes thicker here, less thick, less thick, less thick, less thick, and then thinnest at the edges. So if I were to part this part, you'd think I'm losing hair because the part looks a little bit wide. But if I make a parting like here, it's a thin parting. So I know that my hair, you know, thins towards the front. But that's just me. Obviously, your situation may be different. Have a look at your hair and see. The point here is your edges, if you give them a break. Now, some of the controversial stuff is here. If you want the easiest takedown of your long-term protective style, don't add water to your hair. Yep, that includes water-based products. Yeah, and this is for people that did a really good installation, as in your hair was well stretched, well lubricated, well detangled for the installation. In order for you to have that same amount of hair at takedown, you don't want to revert or cause shrinkage or cause tangles. So the only way to do that is not to add water. How do you keep your hair without water for a month, 2 months, 3 months? Look, we're gonna go on the journey together and discover, because I'm gonna be trying out a few things, but I know that adding water to my hair contributed, washing it, deep conditioning it, moisturizing it, contributed to a really tedious takedown, particularly with the use of leave-in conditioners. Maybe if you choose to add water, maybe just glycerin and water, just the humectant and the water and the oil, of course. But yeah, I remember when I was younger, I actually used to do this. I'll put braids or weaves or whatever, and the takedown was not tedious at all. It was a breeze. And that's because we didn't add water when we were younger. Did the hair break? Most likely, yeah. Did it dry out? But I don't know, maybe we can find ways around this. I don't know. Let me know what tricks you use to not get your hair to shrink and still have a breeze of a takedown after a long-term protective style. But for me, I found that adding the water made things more tricky. In my younger years, before I was a mother and all that, like I wouldn't mind like a long takedown, because you know I'm taking care of my hair, but this time is just not there. So I struggled with, you know, hours and hours and hours days of taking down my hair. Okay, so yeah, maybe an idea would be to do protective styles that don't go for as long, so not 2 months and 3, like over 2 months. You kind of stick around the 4 week, 6 week mark, and then wash your hair then. That way you're not wetting your hair for that 4-6 week period and then washing your hair. I guess sweet spot between not really getting really hydrated hair and, you know, getting some kind of results from the protective style. I don't know about, you know, taking down a style in 6 weeks after installation. For me, that's just a bit pointless, but that might be an option for you. Okay, I'm just putting it out there. Dry takedown for the win. Go watch my takedown video. It's the best I've ever done when it comes to really, what can I say, having my hair in an optimum state of moisture while taking it down. However, I do advocate for taking down the style dry. When you take down your cornrows, your braids wet, I've done it in the past, it was more tedious because you're dealing with shrinkage, you're dealing with wetness, you're dealing with elasticity, you're dealing with wetness. It's easy to get frustrated and just rip through your hair, okay? So in my opinion, taking down the hair dry work better. If you're gonna put something on your hair, it has to be an oil. Yeah. Also, another thing I learned here is that smaller braids or smaller cornrows would have accumulated, I guess, less hair and less tangles, less shed hair and less tangles. Of course, smaller styles means that you'd spend more time taking it down, okay? Larger braids means you're dealing with more matting, more tangles, more shed hair. So I guess just choose which one you want if you're a long-term protective styler. But I find that if you were going to do mini braids or smaller cornrows, you would have less tangles and less shed hair, less matting as well. Detangle as you go. This one we already know, but I'm just going to emphasize, just don't try to do it in one sitting. I mean, some people can do it, but I don't have the patience to do that in one go. I know after a few hours, I'm done. I'm starting to get frustrated. I'm starting to just go through it. Yeah, we don't want to get to that place. So do it now, leave it, do it again, leave it, do it. That's why I did dry detangling anyway, because if I had wet detangling, you know, with my conditioner, etc., I would have to then take it all down in one sitting. So yeah, do it over time. The firmness of the style matters, particularly at the roots. If your roots are firm, there's less space for tangles to settle, not tangles, shed hairs to settle, meaning there's less matting. So try and have a really firm style, not tight, just firm.
Girl, I've got no idea how I forgot this one, but this is probably one of the most important lessons from this challenge. And that is that if you're going to do a long-term protective style, you must thoroughly detangle your hair before putting it in your braids, your cornrows, etc. I had such a difficult time detangling my hair because, you know, the installation was not really the best. My hair was not thoroughly detangled. So you've got hair that's not thoroughly detangled, you've got shed hairs, you've got tangles, you've got matting, you've got lint, etc. It's just not worth it. So moving forward, I'll definitely be thoroughly detangling my hair prior to installing a long-term protective style, and I really recommend you do the same.
Lastly, takedowns are uncomfortable. I don't know why we don't talk about this as much, but my scalp is tender. By the time I was done taking my hair down, my scalp was not happy at all. It was just on fire. Not on fire, but just tender, you know, tender. I had to wait a few days before I washed, and then a few days before I blew dry, because the scalp was not having it. Why does no one talk about this? I'm actually going to do a video about some of the things that we try to ignore or don't talk about in the natural hair community, but most of us actually experience it. Do you guys not get tender-headed like after a takedown or after a detangle particularly? Ooh, I don't know. I don't know if that means we're doing something wrong, or if this is part of taking care of our hair, but yeah, it's definitely something that needs a video of its own and discussion of its own. Ladies, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what lessons, what tips, tricks you have for long-term protective styling. I'll be keen, and I'll be definitely taking notes myself. Until next time, it's Coily Diaries. Bye.